called it, quote, his jam-packed.
Jam-packed?
I'm the f***ing hippo guy.
Dave, okay.
My name's Gary.
My name's Gareth.
Is it for fun?
And this is not going to become the Tickly podcast.
Okay.
This is like anarchy.
On a 5-part coefficient.
My room's playing.
Now hit him with the puppy. You both present sick arguments.
No sleep till hippo.
No sleep till hippo.
Action part. Now, Larry goes to the office with his big friend, and they wait.
Like my friend? Pretty big, isn't he?
And they wait. And they wait. And then Larry calls Joe, and he told him Brad has been stealing money.
Okay.
And then Larry says he's going to teach Brad a lesson.
Photosynthesis.
Now, Brad, it turns out, had come into the office and was standing on the other side of the door listening.
Oh, God, Larry.
So Brad goes over and opens up a tool drawer and pulls out a hammer.
Can't they just remember it's about putting a rocket on a man?
Brad comes rushing in, and he hits Larry on the back of the head with the hammer.
Okay, painful.
And then they start to wrestle, and then the big guy gets Brad in a bear hug.
Okay.
And somehow Brad still managed to swing the hammer at Larry, who puts his hand up to block the blow, and it smashes his hand down onto his head. And his ring finger is severed at the knuckle, and it's just hanging by a little piece of skin. So Brad swings the hammer and hits the big guy on the knee, and then the big guy goes down.
Oh, this big guy sounds a little suspect.
And then he goes after Larry again and starts just hitting Larry with the hammer again.
Jesus.
And then the big guy comes back to help, and he grabs him, and then they get the hammer away from Brad, and they both are holding him up against the door. And at that point, Brad starts screaming, help me, they're trying to hurt me, help me. And then all the shop employees come in and separate him, and Brad tells the big guy to get the fuck out, and then the big guy leaves.
Okay, big guy, well done.
Worst big guy ever.
Not a good big guy.
So then he goes back to the office, and as soon as he walks in, Larry puts him in a chokehold and punches him in the face.
Okay.
And then Brad
I like
gets
how Brad
out of it.
thought it was going to go back to normal right away. Any faxes? Hey!
Larry's been hit around 10 times with the hammer.
God, Dave. Imagine getting hit with a hammer 10 times and then being like, what else you got? I'm not done quite yet.
I'm not leaving the jetpack. Larry takes the time to pose for some photos and then dials 911.
What?
So the police come and an ambulance comes. Larry says he's been attacked. But then all the employees who came in at the end say Brad was the one who was attacked.
Sure, yeah. Larry just had hammer marks in his head from the morning.
The ambulance guy said Larry needs to go to the hospital, which Larry refuses.
I'll be fine.
So the cops arrest Larry for assault.
Okay.
And then Larry has to sign a refusal of treatment form from the paramedics.
Why won't he go get treated? I don't know. Over jail? At that point,
Well, he's bleeding everywhere.
Yeah,
They're
but still.
You're bleeding from the head, sir. He's like, I'm not going anywhere.
There's many reasons to take hospital.
I'll sign with the other hand. And then Larry says he wants to press charges against Brad, so the cops arrest both of them.
Okay.
As they're checking into the jail, Larry starts to regret not going to the hospital.
Yeah.
And the cops take him to the hospital, where he is for 6 hours. He gets his finger reattached.
I can't believe
Tons of stitches. He gets a CAT scan. And then they take him back to the jail and put him in a cell with Brad.
No, why? Why?
I don't know. But nothing. They didn't do any. They didn't fight.
They didn't?
They didn't fight. They just sat there awkwardly.
Amazing.
And then they were released the next morning. Brad said the hammer attack, quote, pretty much ended the partnership.
Well, yeah, you think? Why?
So 2 days later, Brad meets with Joe Wright and a lawyer.
So now him and Brad are on the same side against Larry.
Right.
Okay.
Brad then took the rocket belt and all the equipment from Wright's shop, and Larry filed a civil lawsuit. Meanwhile, Brad and Wright went back to testing the rocket belt with Bill Suter.
Bill can't get out of this business.
No, he fucking loves it. On the first big test, Suter landed perfectly. It's all good.
Okay.
He made 2 more flights that day, and on the last one, he crashed and rolled over.
Okay.
Quote, it nearly killed me. That's when I realized it was disaster waiting to happen.
That is when?
He's like, there's too much tension between Brad and Wright and Larry, so Bill's like, I'm out.
Can you imagine getting involved in a jetpack business, and the reason
So
you
far,
have to
yes.
walk away is because the people aren't getting along well?
Hitting each other with hammers.
You have a jetpack that functions.
Yeah, but the guys keep hitting each
But
other.
there's a hammer problem. I didn't see that coming.